an old castle, a family curse, and a betrayal so deep it echoes through generations. If you love Gothic horror, shocking twists, and dark betrayals, smash like and subscribe, because this tale will chill you to the bone. Chapter 1. The Invitation. Jonathan Hale never wanted to return to his family's estate. But when a crimson-sealed letter arrived, signed by his uncle Alaric, he had no choice. "The manor is dying," the letter read, "and so is the bloodline. You must come home." The carriage carried him through fog-drenched moors until the black towers of Hale Manor loomed, jagged against the moonlight. Chapter 2. The family inside. Shadows clung to every wall. His uncle Alaric, hale and gaunt, greeted him with a trembling smile. His cousin Evelyn embraced him, whispering, "You shouldn't have come." And in the corner stood Victor Hale, Jonathan's brother, the one he had spoken to in 10 years. Victor's eyes burned with quiet hatred. Chapter 3. The curse at dinner. Alaric explained, "Our bloodline is cursed. Every generation, one Hale betrays another. The walls of this manor remember, and now it has chosen again." Jonathan scoffed. "Superstitions." But then the candles flickered. A voice whispered from the dark, "Betrayal begins tonight." Chapter 4. The locked wing. Evelyn led Jonathan through forbidden halls, where portraits of their ancestors glared with lifeless eyes. "There's more you don't know," she murmured. "The curse isn't just legend, it's written in the walls." Behind a rotting door, Jonathan found claw marks etched into stone, and scrawled in blood-red paint, "One must die for the rest to live." Chapter 5. The first death. That night, Jonathan woke to screams. Alaric was found in his study, throat torn open, eyes wide in terror. No sign of struggle, only a single word carved into his desk: "Traitor." Victor accused Jonathan. Evelyn begged for calm, but Jonathan's gut told him someone inside the manor wanted him framed. Chapter 6. The secret passage. Searching Alaric's study, Jonathan discovered a hidden lever. Behind the fireplace, a narrow passage twisted deep into the walls. By candlelight, he followed the path until it led to a chamber with chains, bones, and journals written by their ancestors. The last entry read, "The curse demands betrayal. The house itself hungers, and when it is not fed it chooses its own victim." Chapter 7. Victor's warning. Victor cornered Jonathan later, fury in his eyes. "I should killed you years ago," he spat. "You think you're the heir, the savior, but the house knows the truth. It wants you." Jonathan stared at his brother, realizing with dread, if the curse demanded betrayal, Victor might be eager to deliver it. Chapter 8. The whispers in the walls. That night, the walls groaned with whispers. Jonathan awoke to Evelyn shaking him. "Jonathan, it's not just Victor. The house is alive, and it wants us all." From the corridor came a sound, footsteps dragging, chains rattling. When Jonathan opened the door, the hallway was empty, but written across the wall, in fresh crimson, were the words, "Tomorrow, blood." Chapter 9. The blood stairs. The next morning, the manor reeked of iron. On the grand staircase, trails of crimson dripped down each step, though no body was found. Evelyn whispered, "The house is warning us." Victor snarled, "No, it's him." His eyes burned holes through Jonathan. Jonathan clenched his fists. If Victor wanted betrayal, he was playing his role too perfectly. Chapter 10. Evelyn's secret. That night, Jonathan found Evelyn in the library, clutching a faded diary. "It belonged to your mother," she confessed. "She knew the curse better than anyone." The entries told of rituals, blood sacrifices, and a prophecy. When two brothers stand against each other, only one will remain. The survivor inherits the curse. Jonathan's stomach turned cold. Evelyn trembled. "It was always meant to be you and Victor." Chapter 11. The house awakens. The manor groaned as if alive. Doors slammed shut on their own. Shadows twisted against the walls, forming faces that screamed silently. Jonathan and Evelyn fled into the hidden passages, only to find fresh writing in the stone. "Betrayal tonight." Chapter 12. The second death. A cry echoed through the corridors. They rushed into the banquet hall and froze. Victor stood over Evelyn, his dagger buried in her chest. Blood spread across her gown like a crimson rose. "She was lying to us," Victor growled. "Feeding the curse. Don't you see? She wanted us both dead." Evelyn's last breath trembled as she whispered to Jonathan, "Don't trust him." Then her eyes went still. Chapter 13. Brothers at war. Jonathan raised his pistol. "It ends tonight, Victor." Victor laughed bitterly. "Yes, brother. One of us must die. Haven't you understood? This house demands it. The prophecy demands it. And I won't be the one to fall." The manor shook, dust falling from the rafters as if the house itself hungered for the bloodshed about to come. Chapter 14. The dual. Steel clashed against steel in the moonlit hall. Victor's blade scraped against Jonathan's pistol, sparks flying. You always were father's favorite, Victor roared. And you were always jealous, Jonathan shouted back. The house wailed with every strike, portraits rattling, whispers chanting, blood betrayal, blood at last. Jonathan fired. Victor staggered, eyes wide with shock, crimson blooming across his chest. He collapsed onto the stone floor, whispering with his final breath, "You were always the traitor." Chapter 15. The crimson throne. Silence fell. The whispers faded. The manor's groaning ceased. Jonathan stood trembling, smoke curling from the pistol in his hand. He was the last Hale. The curse should have ended, but the portraits on the walls shifted. The painted eyes now looked only at him. The traitor lives, 1,000 voices whispered, and the house is fed. Chapter 16. The last betrayal. Jonathan tried to flee, but the doors locked, windows bricked over by unseen hands. The manor had chosen its master. The prophecy had been a warning, it had been a promise. The survivor wasn't free. The survivor became the curse. As dawn broke outside, the villagers of Hollow Creek looked up at the manor. For the first time in decades, a figure appeared in the highest tower window. Jonathan Hale. His eyes glowed faint red in the rising sun. And from the depths of the manor, a whisper rolled across the moors. Another generation begins. And that's the end of the Crimson Manor, a Gothic tale of curses, betrayal, and a family doomed by blood. If this story kept you hooked, smash like and subscribe for more dark stories that will haunt your nights.